You're welcome to another episode on the Edify with Afe podcast. I'm so glad that you decided to tune in. I know that I was silent for 2 weeks. It's not so long, right? But yes, thank you for tuning in again. And I promise that this episode will be table shaking, because this is Marvel, and mind-opening. I hope so. Well, stay tuned, listen, and enjoy. If you're listening, welcome to uplifting and transforming discussions around faith, love, and lifestyle. Hit the follow and subscribe button to be the first to know when new episodes are released. Now, enjoy this episode, relax, listen, and be edified. All right, so today, essentially, we'll be talking about money mistakes you've been making. And see, you're not the only one. I promise you, we've all made these mistakes. Some of us are still making these mistakes and learning from them. But today I'm going to talk about money mistakes we've been making as children of God. You know you're a child of God. You know that your Father, your Heavenly Father, says the cattle on 1,000 hills are His. You know that wealth and prosperity is something that God has in store for you, because He said it in Jeremiah 29:11. His thoughts towards us are to prosper us, and prosperity is health, spiritually, mentally, and also financially. So God cares about our finances. So let's not go the extreme in Christianity and say, oh, because there's a passage that says the love of money is the root of all evil. There must be balance when it comes to money in your life as a believer. So today I'm here to help you to talk about money mistakes you and I have been making and how we can fix them. All right, let's get into it. The first one that a lot of Christians and people in general make is not saving for the future. Why? I've spoken to so many people about their finances. I've helped a lot of friends, and it's always the first thing. Do you save? No, I just don't have enough to save. That is a lie from the pit of hell, literally. Even if you're earning, say, $500 per week or bi-weekly, you can still save. And I think the problem with that lie is that you think you need to be saving a huge amount of money. No, you just need to grow a saving culture. What does the Bible say about saving? In Proverbs 21:20 it says, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. See, when you read the book of Proverbs, you realize how foolish you can be in your simple ways. And it's not an insult. No one taught you, but that's why I'm here to teach you. How can I save? Now, if you're living in North America, there are a lot of applications. Even in Nigeria, when I was in Nigeria, a lot of applications you can use, and I'm going to refer one to you. I'm going to refer 2 banks that you can open right now on the spot, right after watching this video. That's EQ Bank and Neo Financial. These 2 banks offer what are called high interest savings accounts. When you open a conventional savings account with Scotiabank, RBC, TD Bank, whatever, they give you really low saving interest rates, as low as 0.25%. But with EQ and Neo Financial, you can get as high as 3.5%, and that's a lot. So imagine if you were regularly saving $100 every month, and annually you're getting 3.5% back. Your money is working for you without you doing anything. So it's important to save. When I was a student, sometimes bi-weekly I was making $500, but out of that $500 I made sure to save $50 regularly. So it's a habit you need to form. You need to be disciplined to it, and the best way to be disciplined is to automate it. So when you open those bank accounts, there's an option where you can automate your savings, link it to where your income is coming from, and just say deduct this amount bi-weekly. Automatically you're saving. You're not even thinking about it. It's happening for you. So that's the first money mistake that you make, because it's important to have savings for a day of emergency. Second mistake you're making, quickly into it, is you're not investing. Girl, what are you doing? That's me being very dramatic, but really, why are you not investing? Investing is a thing that people think they will get to eventually at one point in time or other in their lives. But if you don't start today, chances that you start are 0 to none, which is none. But my point is, you need to start investing. I know Ecclesiastes 11:2 says, but divide your investment among many places, for you do not know what risk might lie ahead. And it's important. And I know there's a parable of the talent, the man that received 2, the one that received 5, and the one that received 10. That's basically, and I understand it's the gospel and Jesus talking about spreading the word and multiplying, souls, but you can apply it to your finances as well. When you have a little money, you can multiply it over time. I think, I don't know who it was, and they were given a financial record, and they said last year alone they made $350 that they didn't work for. Like, have you ever received $350 you didn't work for, especially in Canada? You didn't work for, apart from maybe government rebates, but still, like, you didn't work for that money. Your money was just working for you. So imagine if you were really diligent at investing. It's very important to invest your money because you don't know where you would, as Nigerians say, cash out. So one way you can start today is using apps like Wealthsimple, or for the US, Fidelity, right? These platforms help you to open multiple accounts. And if you want me to talk about these accounts, I also can. They're called the RRSP, Retirement Savings Plan, your TFSA, your tax-free saving account, your high interest savings account as well. There's also crypto accounts there. Like, these accounts are just machines for you to invest. I know investing in Canada is very mind-boggling, but you have girls like Remike Lala, the Wealth Savvy Gen Z, you have Exo Rennie, there's this other girl, I don't know, I know there's a wealth of resources online, like people who are talking about this all the time. Do your research and start. Don't just do your research and sit on it. Do your research and start. And you can start with as little as $50, like, or even 10, like whatever you want to do, you can start. So you need to start investing in stocks, in other people's businesses, whatever. You need to send your money out such that it can bring something back to you, right? But make sure you do your homework. Make sure to do the homework and actually start. The money mistake you're making is not budgeting. This one is hard. I know it's hard to say, put it, pen to paper and say, I'm gonna spend this amount on groceries, this amount on clothing, this amount on food, this amount on subscriptions. It is, but like, you can make it easier for yourself. You can automate these things. You program it into your life. I normally do like a quarterly review of my budget. I define what my budget should look like start of the year, and every like quarter I go back, revisit, and I sit with my bank account statements. The first time I started with my bank account statements, I was like, whoa, I spent a lot of money on food as a foodie that I am. And I said, okay, this can't continue. So I had to cap it, set a cap and say, in my app, like my CIBC app tells me, like, I can say I don't want to spend more than $300 in a month on food and groceries. And once I'm exceeding, like when I log into my app, it notifies me that you're over. So you can make things easy for yourself. Use the applications that you have, and be very diligent, right? Because when you're faithful in little, you'll be faithful over much. If you can't give account of the little money you have now, but you're praying to God for financial prosperity, you put yourself in God's shoes. Do you think He'll give it to you when you're being very careless right now? He's not a wicked father, don't get me wrong, but like, stewardship and planning and being faithful in what you have now would set you up for greatness, right? So create a budget. Remike, again, I love her so much, Wealth Savvy Gen Z on Instagram. She has this template, $15. I used to do my own template by myself, but I said, let me just take it up a notch. And her template is so comprehensive. It helps me track every little detail of my finances. That way I know when I'm going over, and I can bring myself back and speak some sense to myself. So yes, create a budget, stick to it. If you want to do a monthly review, quarterly review, do it. Get your bank statements, download it, and tally everything and see, what am I spending on groceries, what am I spending on hair, what am I spending on shopping, what am I spending on makeup, what am I spending for my rent. And that way you're able to actually plan better for your future. You're able to plan better for saving and investing. You're able to even identify where you can cut down and put more money towards other things. Like I said, I'm not going to spend so much money on food anymore, that instead I'll spend things on wellness as opposed to food. So wellness being me prepping my meals at home because I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle and things of that nature. So yeah, you can do the same. Another money mistake, oh my god, a lot of Christians and a lot of people, not just Christians, buying on impulse. I just got paid. Hey. You know, they say your appetite changes once you get money, right? I don't know if I'm getting how that thing happens to, like, money hits my account, I'm like, a steak would be really nice right about now. But yeah, like, you know, we tend to do that a lot, and it shows that there's a deeper issue, which is a lack of self-control. I know you hate to hear it, but yeah. Proverbs 25:28 says, a person without self-control is like a city with broken walls. And 21 verse 5 says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. The first time I read that, I thought haste meant like always being in a rush, impatient and things of that nature. But haste is like you have money and you just want to blow it. You know, money is a spirit, right? Like my mom and my sister had this saying that money come, money go. Money has wings, it can fly. So when you get paid, that's not the time for you to start balling. No, that's the time for you to sit down with your money and plan, like, very, very, very carefully what you're going to do with that money, right? Next is, like I said, not investing, not diversifying your income stream. This is another thing that really hit me this year, and this is a lesson I'm learning and I'm trying to actively work on, is having only one stream of income. Hey, in this economy, like my Zim friends would say, Aibo, in this economy, no, you can't have just one stream of income. And this is where some homework needs to be done. You need to find another stream aside from like your 9 to 5, or if you're a business owner, like ways that extra income can come in. I know there was this girl who had this side hustle, and that side hustle was literally paying for just her car insurance, right? So that's taking like at least $250 off of her, of the income she gets from her primary place of employment, right? So yeah, we need to really work on that. I'm working on it actively. So yeah, so how I'm working on it, I would say one is that I started my makeup business again. So if you're in Calgary and you need your professional makeup artist to beat your face for your special day, ring me up. That's one way, and I'm looking for other income streams, so you should really do the same. If you're not a business kind of person or entrepreneur, if you're just like I'm a career person, then you should consider upscaling so that you can grow and increase the amount of money you're earning. So don't just stay in that junior or mid-level position. Strive for an executive, VP, director kind of position, and that kind of just really helps you increase the amount of money you're bringing in. And then I think this is the last point, very important, very key, not planning for your future financially. A lot of us want to get married, a lot of us want to have kids, or a lot of us are married and have kids. How are you planning for your children's futures? Do you have a savings account created for your kids? I know that that's something I know I'm going to do soon. Like the minute I get married, I'm going to create a trust fund for my kids and just start churning money there. Any extra money that comes in there. Like, what did you use your tax refund for? Tax refund is your money basically. It's not that the government is paying, it's money they've taken from you, right? So what are you using your tax refund for? Do you just blow it, or like do you save some of it back? Right? So if you're planning to be a mom or you're a mom, whenever you get a tax refund, a good way to plan for your future, take that money, put it in for your kid, put it in for your child, or even for yourself. Do you want to buy a house, or do you want to start a business? You need to be diligent in saving and being accountable, right? And then last tip that I would give, right, out of everything that I've said, maybe get a financial buddy. I know Mimike is, you know, slightly mine. She doesn't know it yet, but whenever I go over my spending, I just like, oh, I messed up here, and she just like, no, just keep on going there. Get someone you can be accountable with money about. That way you're able to keep yourself in check as well. So I hope that I didn't overshake your world, but like helped you see the importance of being financially intelligent, right? and being a good steward of your money, because obviously that's one way you can give glory to God, especially if you've been called to be a kingdom financier, as they call it, right? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like, share, follow Edify the podcast on Instagram. Make sure to follow me, and if you have any comments, feedback, anything you want to say, just put a comment in the comment section. And then last and final question, I'm going to do a poll, and I just want you to answer sincerely. Where do you listen to me more on? Do you listen more on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts? I want to know, because I want to plan something strategically, for you guys. So thank you so much for listening, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.